And good morning. We are live. We are both in Warsaw, but we probably get used so much to working remotely, to remote work. That's it. Just must be like that, right, Callum?
Yeah, exactly. And you say it's morning. It's actually afternoon for me too. So
yeah.
we're both on the same time zone for once.
Yeah, at least once. And we are, of course, going to meet each other in a bit. And you are, Callum, in the middle. After the middle of the roadshow already, right?
This is like today will be 3/4 of the way through. I've been on the road now since last Wednesday for Frankfurt.
Yeah. And yeah, last Friday we've been in Frankfurt, Germany, and we also had a great weekend after the festival.
Oh, yeah.
Also thanks to organizers who both us boat trips, and yeah, we had a lot of sun during the skyline trip across the city by the river.
For anyone that only came and maybe left on the Friday or the Saturday morning, really unfortunate because the weather was awesome all weekend, and then it was a bit.
Yeah, a little bit of summer after the small mistake with the weather during the festival. Cool. So how's the road trip going? We've seen a lot of activity on the Twitter accounts. There were a lot of great talks already performed. Do you have any highlight from the specific locations?
I think the fact that we had 120 signed up in Serbia and 80 that actually showed up. And that was unbelievable. Like I was really impressed with that. And
bigger than some of the festivals, right?
Exactly. And we've had some fantastic talks as well. One of my favorites was in Barcelona, was by a company called New Shore. They do umbraco for airlines, and they're doing Vueling and Hong Kong Express on umbraco and managing like the whole booking flow. Really, really interesting case study. So it's been some really great stuff, and also just getting to meet the community.
Yeah, let me maybe share my screen and scan through some of the tweets there. Can you see my screen, by the way?
No,
that's amazing.
Hashtag technical difficulties.
Yes, as usual. No, let me because of course I clicked cancel rather than share. Obvious. So yeah, this is from the Novi Sad in Serbia.
Yeah,
pretty good amount of people, and they've also shared a great gallery from the whole event.
They had like some props to take photos with, which are some really cool things. And if you scroll up a tiny bit, there's one on the right hand side, down a bit more. There's one on the right hand side where it's an orange card that says,
"Oh yeah, wow, nice."
What does it say? Something like,
Umbraco goes on.
Umbraco goes on. That's fantastic. I need to get a load of
yeah, that's pretty nice. And also, it's a great addition for any photo booths which are shared across the festivals.
Yeah,
inspiration and idea. This is from Barcelona.
Yep.
And you've already said that there were great talks, and we also seen that. There was a talk about V8 and some challenges with the V8 implementations.
So it's a similar session to Stefan did at Umbraco Spark a few weeks ago. Q&A type thing. What's changed, why it's changed, introducing new concepts in V8, and then just answering any questions.
Yeah, that's very interesting, that's all what was performed so far. Today we are in Warsaw, so if you are watching us and you are somewhere around, of course, feel free to join us. We are heading to the venue straight after the umbraCoffee stream. We have talks today.
We have Alberto's flying in right this second.
Yep.
So she'll be joining, and we have you talking, me talking, and
discussion panel about open source. I really like this idea from our Polish festival last year, where we had some divided blocks of talks and chats about how open source is visible from the perspective of businesses and maintainers, also from the perspective of active contributors and people who don't know anything about open source and just wants to know what that is and how to improve the skills and career thanks to open source participation. That's going to be interesting.
And we have a really varied set of opinions, I think, that we'll be discussing this, because we've been around open source for a while. Emma's going to be talking about her adventure, her journey into open source and getting involved with the pull request team at HQ, for example. And then we have Ella, who's historically worked in recruitment, but she's been doing all of this 100 days of code and getting involved. And that's, again, fantastic. Lots of different perspectives.
Yes, and of course, Ella is coming from the Microsoft company, which is also very recognizable right now in terms of open source movements and involvement. So that's definitely a lot of interesting opinions to share. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, we'll write a write-up or something else about after the event, and maybe we can record or do something with those talks. I don't know. But speaking about write-ups, we also had a great summary of the event from the last week from Purnima. And yeah, we've been highlighted there, and that was great to see that, it was one of the best moments for Purnima from the event. Great write-up, great summary, a lot of insights from the talks and knowledge being shared there. Of course, some food,
which was amazing,
awesome. Yeah, and yeah, once again, big high five, Urok, for Purnima for doing her first talk. It was a great talk. I really enjoyed that. And yeah, it's us once again. Great photo, by the way. I still have some photos from the event and videos which I need to edit and share, maybe. And if we are in the event context, we are still getting closer and closer to the biggest one, right?
Yeah, it's how long is it now? Is it 5 weeks, 6 weeks? It can't be very long.
We should visit. Is it Code Garden yet? Code Garden yet?
Yeah, it's really not far away.
.com or?
I think so. .com. And they've been ramping up, announcing speakers, and I know a few were unveiled this week as well. 39 days. So
39 days. Pretty close, yeah. So and Callum, are you coming back home at least for a while before Code Garden?
Yeah, I'll be back in the UK for a little bit, and then.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, we are all preparing, and also Umbraco is sharing some more details about the event, as you've said, some details about speakers, more speakers coming up, some other details being shared, and also once again highlights of the days. So and also what people can expect from specific days. So once again, the idea of first some details for first timers, idea of UBody, and yeah, a lot of
and the sessions that we can expect, which looks like a really packed first day. I mean, that's a small snippet of what we can. We're again.
Yeah. So once again, during the first day, Umbraco is also announcing Umbraco MVPs, and as usual, we are always curious who is going to be highlighted and awarded by the Umbraco for his or her activities around community and the product. And what else do we have here? Old timers.
Yeah, like they have a first timers checklist, stuff you should be bringing, and HQ wanted to update it and ask the community to share. And there was some fun tongue-in-cheek type things, like bring a bag or you'll walk around like an idiot on the first day with all of your swag in your pockets, and they bring paracetamol for your headache. And
yeah, but definitely the pairs of good shoes were mentioned the most times. I've added something from my side. It was about business cards and raincoat. I remember how I was freezing once during the boat trip, because I've heard that there is a summer there. So we cannot believe for forecast, at least one, not so much. So definitely it's good to be prepared for every type of weather. But I'm really hoping that it's going to be hot there. And if not in the outside, it will definitely be hot in the inside. And of course, Owen is continuing to share new bodies descriptions. And Owen, if you are watching, I still apologize you for not filling this form. I still forgot about it. But yeah, those are three more U bodies, and Katie from our team described, and some answers being some questions and answers from you buddies to make them, I don't know, more closer for people who are going to meet them. And of course, they are going to help for everyone who is attending the event for the first time, and not only, I believe so.
Yeah, and that's that first question, isn't it, on the first details of in the post by HQ what to expect. So yeah, we'll be I'm sure we'll be getting a bit more information, because there's not been too much shared so far on like my role as a UBuddy, what I'm supposed to do. But we'll see.
Yeah, but it's the pressure is bigger than it's straight closer to the event. So yeah, it's going to be shared and of course announced. But there is a lot of other people who are active, not only in terms of preparation of for or of the events. Paul Seal is continuing his
peak of stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, he's continuing crazy journey of sharing and creating packages, and this Giphy package is shaped now and released as an hour package, NuGet package, and of course is open sourced as well. I've seen a lot of community inputs and some help to make it even better. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of GIFs, and definitely it will be used by me a lot in my implementations. And also Paul shared videos from this journey, and not only, for example, how to create Umbraco V8 property editor, how to create the part. It's the second part.
It's the same.
It's part of
thing, part mini-series.
So I've opened it multiple times, and
we were discussing. No, you haven't. There's 3 parts to it. So we were discussing before going live actually how much work goes into preparing
videos.
A half-an-hour video. So big kudos to Paul for making. One of them was 45 minutes long. So he recorded. He's not only built the package, and he's gone away and recorded 2 hours worth of content to go with it, and I'm sure we'll get a blog post or something as well at some point. So yeah, high five, you're on, Paul.
Besides this package, we also noticed a new starter kit being shared. It's isn't it from the previous discussion, because I remember seeing it. Yeah, it's from March.
Yeah, so there's some updates pushed this week, I believe. And off the back of this. Off the back of Paul's video about how to create a property editor in V8, Matt went away and created a custom property editor for his starter kit, which was a column picker to decide what layout the page should be. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, that's really nice. What else do we have?
Nathan dropped this just a few moments ago. That
live update.
He's been working on Plumber for V8. It's kind of getting there, he says. There's a few things left to do, but he's published the NuGet package, so he wants people to go and have a little try, see what can be done, what needs to be done, give feedback. Maybe it's perfect, who knows.
Nice. And that's a lot of great releases from this week, and not only. Okay, well, we had some community discussions this week as well, and you've highlighted one of them. It was about Nukesh.
Yeah, so there's. I was talking with Stefan, who joined the roadshow on Wednesday in Barcelona, about a few things with V8, and one of them was there's an issue, small issue, where some content just disappears from the cache. And it's only now that people are starting to use V8 in anger, properly building production sites, that these things are being noticed. So content vanishing, and the community came to the rescue and was able to give steps to replicate it. And within a few hours, a pull request was in there to fix it, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's impressive. And also Stefan shared some information on Twitter about some changes in 8.01, right? Some of them which were also big improvements and fixes for a lot of bugs and issues spotted during those testing. And there's more and more people and companies and developers playing around with V8. So it's going to be polished really soon.
Yeah, I started it's not really that controversial, but I posted a poll on Twitter asking if we need to make a breaking change to the core, when is the right time to do it? Do it right now, kind of do it a bit in the future, or wait until the next major version? And the consensus was generally do it now. And this question sparked from, again, a conversation with Stefan about there's a couple of things that maybe haven't been implemented the way they could or should have been, and as a result, it's causing a bug. An example is, I think he said, on I publish content in V8, the .children property gives you a different result to the .children extension method. So that's a thing that needs to be addressed and fixed.
Yeah.
It was then, well, when's the right time for us to do that? And the overwhelming consensus was kind of get it out of the way and do it.
Yeah. But it's still an early adoption process, but I saw those discussions, and there were valid points about the SAM versioning approach, and also referring to what Jacob and Kim said it during the last week's keynote. We will expect more major versions during the next 5 years than in those 5 years. So it's nothing wrong in releasing new major version if it's a really major version. So it's up to Umbraco, and we are just looking forward to those changes, because if it's making product better, and if those issues are spotted now, no matter when, if they will be addressed and fixed, that's a good solution for us as a developers and creators of solutions based on Umbraco. So yeah, that's awesome.
And by everyone using V8 or raising these issues, HQ are now able to adapt very quickly and fix, because the code's more maintainable, and it seems like Stefan is almost dedicated to ensuring the stability of certain things, and he's very active on the issue tracker at the moment.
Yeah, and performance, because I've also seen a lot of performance improvements from his side. That's great. That's obviously will result in the better V8, V9, V10, whatever else in the future. Cool. And if it's about issues, we can just jump to the next topic, because Umbraco has a new SWAT member. And there is a blog post, of course, announcing the new member of the team. And if I will jump to the correct place, it's here, and it's from today. It's a Michael Larson who is joining the Umbraco HQ SWAT team. And as usual, we can learn more about the new HQ member. And also, as usual, we will be able to meet those people in person just in 66 days.
It was less. It was 39.
39. Once again, 39. Yeah, 66. Paul drives me to the mistake, because it was in the background of his blog post. So yeah, that's a great new addition to the SWAT team member.
Yeah.
And yeah, from around the Umbraco section, you've also highlighted the blog post from Shannon.
Yeah,
great blog post.
I mean, I understand. I look at the code and it makes sense. I struggle to kind of see the use case, but it's a very cool example of how you could override like a default Umbraco created route in V8 and V7.
Yeah, I recall Ismail saying that this is exactly solving his one of his issues when he just wanted to access or swap the content, which was by default auto-rooted, and we needed to do some kind of root hijacking earlier or fake content to hijack the root. So right now we can just probably change it, and I also cannot see the exact use case yet, but yeah, we can change the roots and remove roots, which is really interesting. I didn't know that we can do something like that. Cool, and that's all what we've highlighted during this week.
That's all. I think I'm a bit guilty of maybe overflowing Twitter with
Roadshow.
The Roadshow. So this was everything that I was able to scrape together and find. But yeah, actually, there was one other thing I saw, and it's not directly Umbraco related, but I thought was really cool. There was a comparison of .NET Core 2.2 and .NET Core 3.0. Did you see this?
Yes, I've seen that.
Performance and memory usage, and it was saying this application this test code uses something like 400 meg, and this one uses 20 meg.
Yeah, and I can use this moment. Give me a second. to promote the guy who is responsible for that. Konrad Kokosa, who is from Polish .NET community, wrote a book about pro.NET management. And I've seen tweets, and this book is it's big. So .NET community read this book, and I've seen highlights and tweets pointing to him and saying thanks, Konrad, for spotting and pointing us to the direction where we can fix things.
Yeah.
And thanks to that, there was some kind of data being shared. I can't remember how big improvement it was, but it was probably more than 30% increase of performance thanks to some implementations found in this book. So yeah, I can probably buy it as a gift for Stefan. He will love it.
I saw that this week, and that kind of blew me away. That literally by jumping from one version of a framework to another, you can get that much. They've been eking that much performance.
Yes.
And it just, I mean, this would be a much longer term thing, but it kind of makes me think about the potential that Umbraco has once we get to .NET.
Yeah, and also I've played a bit with this .NET Core 3 preview because I even for my talk and demos done for C#8, and it's just amazing if it's all heading there with all the sugar syntaxes of the language and platform stability and possibility of being moved to another servers and providers. That's going to be awesome.
Really?
And also the web is changing. From the highlights which I've saw this week was the image lazy loading. I don't know if you've seen that. Chrome is going
natively in
yes. Chrome started implementation of lazy loading attribute, which will just load the image when it's needed, and yeah, that's all amazing. So I can't wait to the times when you are clicking the website, it's there. You're not waiting for anything. Images are just tailored to the dreams, but we're getting there. Cool. So Callum, we're going to see each other in a while. People from Warsaw and around, if you are there, come and join us. The details are on Facebook event and meetup.com, and also on Twitter.
Roadshow.com.
And Roadshow, of course. Follow Umbraco Roadshow and Umbraco hashtags on Twitter, and join us in the next week and weeks. Thank you for watching, and see you then.
Bye.
Cheers, Callum. Bye.